Even like in the rap world, like all of the rappers that you know that never been to jail and never got in any trouble with the law, but they talk as if their life is opposite of that. Like, those are federal informants, like, you know.
I'm from right here, man. First of all, I want to thank y'all for allowing me the opportunity to speak here today. It's a real honor to be able to appear here and to show love on behalf of my friend, my brother, a great man, a great leader, a great father, a great teacher, and a great friend, Nipsey Hussle. And I want to start off by showing some love to Lauren and Nipsey's children. I want to send Lauren a lot of love for being the beloved queen to our king. See, what we lose focus on is that every real black man needs a real black woman in his life.
I was gonna do the deal. Is what when Ross put the MMG thing on the table.
Yeah, I got you.
That was just the terms and the way, you know, Ross set up the conversation to start in that building. It was a great opportunity. It was a great situation. I just had a concern with my team getting credit for breaking Nipsey Hussle. So I didn't necessarily want to take that from my team.
Damn.
You know what I mean? But
Katt Williams just dropped a claim that's got the streets talking again. This time, he's pointing at who ordered the hit on Nipsey Hussle. But that's not even the wildest part. Now, Lauren London's name is getting dragged back into the conversation with whispers of an arrest. Now, folks are starting to wonder if the story we've been told all these years is missing a whole lot. It started with Nipsey building everything from the ground up. He even said so himself. Dude was independent, turning down big label moves that most brothers would have jumped on without thinking twice. Remember when Rick Ross came through with that Maybach Music Group deal?
I was raised in South Central LA, and you know, I was turned cold. To be honest, I adapted to the culture. Naturally, that's not who I am. Naturally, the culture of gangbanging in LA. That's not, none of us grow up as kids, we come from nurturing. But there's a lack of that in the coldness you get from going outside and having to survive. You get in survival mode. So when I seen the character, I don't know, I forgot his name, Michael B. Jordan character though.
Killmonger. Eric Killmonger.
Yeah, and I seen the story when they start getting into what happened and why he turned like that, and even his lines and how passionate he was about. I remember the line saying like, he's like, yeah, I know the game of my oppressors, or something he said. I'm hip to the oppressors' game, and then the other dude was like, nah, man, you took it and you using it against your own people, using the same game that they use on you against your own people.
Nipsey sat down with him, showed respect, but ultimately passed because he wanted to keep his team solid. He was not about to let outsiders take the credit his people earned. That kind of loyalty in this game puts a target on your back real quick.
Terms, just how Ross hustle, I believe in Ross as a hustler. You know what I'm saying? Everything he done said, he done. Every combo we had, every time I sent a verse, he executed it. So I got a lot of respect for Rose. So I'd have done it off just GP, but I got a team I committed to ahead of time.
Damn.
And I needed to make sure they got the credit for what they did. You know what I mean? That was the only reason. But outside of that, all the other deals, they lacked what the MMG offer included, because it was somebody that understood why Nipsey is valuable.
Katt saying that rejection did not sit easy with certain folks tied into the bigger machine.
Mayans said it was some there, and then suddenly the Mayans disappeared. Now, they tell us the Mayans disappeared because they can't find none of their bones. But let me remind you that you can go to any mother museum anywhere in the world, and they got a whole 62-foot dinosaur from his nose all the way to his back and his toes 5 billion goddamn years ago.
But the real shift happened when Lauren London introduced Nipsey to Diddy. Yeah, the same Lauren he built with, the one he stood beside through everything. Nipsey himself said it on interviews. She was the one who made that connection. Jaguar Wright also said it loud. Lauren is the one who introduced Nipsey to Diddy.
Hook up with the biggest rapper at the time. Everything's great. By the way, isn't she? Lauren is the one that introduced Nip to Diddy. Diddy couldn't even get to Nip, even though he had ties in L.A. It was Lauren that brought Nip to him.
At first, it looked like a blessing, a way to elevate. Diddy got involved with Victory Lap, helping shape it with that life after death energy. Gene Deal, Diddy's old bodyguard, later called that move a mistake.
Now, you taking a spiritual person who's asking for something. He said, I wanted that same feel as life after death. That same feel was that Biggie got, and he went on to sell about 10 million albums, or 10 million copies. I was saying, you gotta watch what you say to demons, because it just might come true.
Nipsey wanted the album to carry that legendary weight, but after Diddy stepped in, things allegedly changed. More time at the mansion, less focus in the studio, and Nipsey started moving different, like something was weighing on him.
Cassandra! What are you doing? Want some blue dye? Back in the lab. Feels good to be back.
Mogul and they know that. Logo on my flow mat. Courtside Chamberlain throwback match my Rolex. Everywhere I go flex. Valet Park on some low shit. Whole lot of smoke in that Rory, that thing poke.
What's your favorite part of my body?
Your ass, right?
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Of course. What I'm gonna say, your foot, your leg, you fake on camera.
But she looked good, huh?
Man, tell her again. Tell her again.
Right? You no, it's your turn. You have to do
Telling her all week. She been killing it. She been making me look better, you know? For sure.
Katt Williams been loud about how these circles really operate. He talking about the control, the setups, and how independent voices get handled when they refuse to play along. According to the way Katt breaking it down, Nipsey was becoming too powerful on his own terms. He was showing the streets you could own your masters, build real wealth, and still stay solid without bending the knee.
Because that's all you know me for, is that I'm quite likely to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help me God. Now, I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right. Because P. Diddy be wanting to party. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no.
In an industry built on control, that kind of man becomes dangerous. Katt ain't holding back on how certain powerful figures allegedly see threats like that and move to remove them. Now pause, because this is where Lauren's role starts looking real suspicious. Old photos resurfacing show her and Diddy way too comfortable, even with Nipsey right there in some shots looking like the odd one out. After Nipsey got unalived in front of his own store on March 31st, 2019, Lauren sat down for interviews and dropped details that raised eyebrows. She mentioned attending a death seminar before it even happened, like she was preparing for loss ahead of time.
Previous years, I went to a seminar about death.
Okay, you have to tell me. You're
Oh
just
my
telling
God.
me this now.
I know, yeah.
Please share, please share. Why?
I have a friend.
Why were you there, and what did you learn?
I learned that no one really dies, and that, it's just an experience in the physical form, and we're attached to our personalities, but that we're just souls, and that we continue and continue.
Then Diddy comes through calling her Boog, using the exact nickname Nipsey had for her. That level of familiarity hit different, especially with him stepping in so quick to comfort her and guide the narrative. Katt Williams connecting more pieces here. He exposing how these same circles tie into darker stuff, places where people not of age allegedly got moved around like currency, and powerful names showed up in the logs. Epstein's files cracking open in early 2026 brought a lot of that back to the surface. Heavy redactions at first, but names and connections slowly leaking out. More than 3 million pages of documents tied to Jeffrey Epstein were made public.
Today we are producing more than 3 million pages, including more than 2,000 videos and 180,000 images. In total, that means that the department produced approximately 3.5 million pages in compliance with the act.
Diddy and Epstein allegedly operated in the same world, same island access, private environments. If young individuals were present in those spaces tied to Diddy, the pattern starts looking bigger than one person. Ali Carter even hinted if Diddy moving just like Epstein. Katt been hinting that the same machine that protected those operations is the one that allegedly took Nipsey out when he got too close.
King over the border was for who? Protective Services is your supplier. Is anybody gonna talk about that? The immigrants that are coming across the border, that all those they were just scooping up out of boats and out of the water, they're now coming in and they're throwing them right into the system. Aurora, Colorado, Springfield, Ohio. Where do you think all those are going? This ain't about an election anymore. Y'all know that, right? I was a party favor.
What does that mean?
It was a party favor. I was somebody you could take off the table.
So you're telling me they set children
on a table.
Like when you go to a birthday party and they have gift bags for everybody that comes that have candy and toys in them, yep. And they set them on the table. So you're telling me at the freak off parties, mm-hmm. They put on the table instead of gift bags, mm-hmm. And then people can do what?
Take you off the table and have with you, even though it's against the rules to do certain things.
Think about it. Nipsey was not just rapping. He was building real infrastructure in the hood, speaking truth and refusing to sign away his independence. Turning down Rick Ross was one thing, but once Diddy got pulled in through Lauren, the orbit tightened, victory lap drops, and suddenly Nipsey spending more time in them circles. Folks on the street always said the official story with Eric Holder did not add up. He got sentenced, but many believe he was just the trigger man. The real players stayed in the shadows. Black Sam, Nipsey's brother, dropped comments that got people questioning security that day, the weird timing, and who might have had motive to send somebody.
But there was a lot of big politics getting into it with certain people. You know, Hussle had DJ Khaled in the hood, and Hussle frontline that. And, you know, we felt like certain people didn't like that.
This about someone being mad about the DJ Khaled video has to be Big U. What Black Sam did, he talked about certain things without talking about certain people.
Now with Big U facing serious federal heat, those old rumors roaring back. Black Sam allegedly pointing fingers at setups driven by envy and power plays. PNB Rock's situation gets pulled in too, with questions about checking in and who really controlled the streets. But the thread that keeps pulling everything together leads back to Lauren and those Diddy ties.
It was like, damn, bro, you just came out here like it was just me and him. Me and him went to the projects. He like, bro, like you ain't got no security and none of that. And it's like, bro, I got security, but I don't got security. You feel me? Like, I be on my shit, you feel me? So I be on angles. I'm already watching everything that's going on, so it's gonna be kind of hard for you to get me because I used to do the same.
That probably gives you a lot of like respect.
Katt Williams making it clear that certain women in these circles allegedly played roles moving brothers into compromising positions. Whether it was access, information, or opening doors that should have stayed closed, the street talk is getting louder. After Nipsey passed, Lauren's actions kept raising questions. Brick Baby, who rolled with Nipsey, hinted at things behind the scenes that folks were not ready to hear.
I was sent a photo of Nipsey engaged in something which I will never put out.
Yeah.
Right? And that's his personal business.
Yeah.
And, you know, based on what Wack is talking, and this is what I mean, like with Wack, a lot of the stuff he says
ain't really
comes out as true.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying.
But
so what I'm saying is I didn't see the video that Wack is talking about, but I do have a photo that someone sent me, and it's definitely it's Nipsey in the photo, and I'm not going to go into any more details with that. Yeah. You know, if you want, I'll show you the photo after.
Yeah.
Actually ends up being true.
Nah, I understand that, but then okay, the video, right? It never said that it was man on man having sexual intercourse. It's like a train was ran.
Yes.
That's from the narrative, whatever they put out, because I've never seen it.
Rumors about personal matters Nipsey allegedly dealt with and Lauren finding out before the tragedy. That weight could turn into motive real fast. Add in the Diddy connection, the comfort level, the private sessions and late night environments, and suddenly the grief interview sounds more calculated than heartbroken. Diddy telling her to show the world how it looks when it all crumbles felt like instructions, not comfort. Katt Williams been out here revealing how these hits get ordered from the top. Not random street stuff, but calculated moves when somebody threatens the system. Nipsey was that threat. Too smart, independent, and influential. He saw the game for what it was and refused to fold. Turning down deals, building his own lane, and still rising. And Katt's telling that kind of energy makes powerful people nervous. They allegedly use insiders, close relationships, to set things up so it looks clean from the outside. Now the big question is, if Lauren was allegedly deep in that circle, what did she know? What did she see? And did she help pull Nipsey into something he could not walk away from? Katt not naming every name, but the way he breaking down the patterns got the streets connecting their own dots. Now folks wondering if Lauren London facing heat with more names potentially dropping from those files and Diddy Diddy's cases, the pressure building. Arrest talk might be premature, but the court of public opinion already judging heavy. Old clips resurfacing, timelines not lining up, and that death seminar detail still sitting wrong with a lot of people. Nipsey loved her heavy, built with her, but in this game, love and loyalty do not always match. The whole situation shows how deep the control runs. From label deals to street operations to those private islands, certain folks allegedly run a system that punishes independence. Nipsey represented something real. He showed the hood you could win without selling your soul. That message had to be silenced. Katt Williams exposing the mechanics behind it makes the story hit different. It is not just one tragic it is a pattern.
I think as human beings, everybody has a natural gift and a natural passion. But then you go outside and you get influenced and you feel pressure from what's going on outside. And so, you know, I read one time, like, would you rather be at war with yourself and at peace with the world, or at peace with yourself and at war with the world?
What if Nipsey saw the setup coming but got pulled in too deep through the people closest to him? What if that introduction to Diddy was the beginning of the end? And with Katt out here revealing how these orders get passed down, how many more brothers got handled the same way? The streets been saying it for years. It all connects when you step back. Katt Williams dropping this knowledge is forcing everybody to look again at what really happened on March 31st, 2019. And with more information coming out, the question remains, who else was involved and who is next if the full truth drops? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you think this was wild, click on the next jaw dropper loading up now. It's just as crazy.